Welcome everyone to FTP Sports Network High School Sports 2000. This is Jim Sainsbury along with Jim Hallstrom, and we're here this evening at Galesburg, the Silver Streaks against our own Lady Maroons. And Jim, what do you think of this game coming up?
Well, if you just can get a picture of all the people here, you can tell just from watching the Galesburg, this is one heck of a facility. It's packed. It's like almost a regional or a sectional atmosphere.
Well, it certainly is, and these two teams, along with UT, Galesburg and Moline, conference-wise, are all tied up, aren't they?
Yep, I think they're all 3-1 right now.
And that, well, looks like it's going to be a pretty good game. Let's see, I'm trying to think of what Galesburg is coming in here as, and that
Galesburg's record is 12-5, and Moline is 16-2. And they're both coming off their holiday tournaments. Galesburg was down at the Pontiac tournament, and Moline was at the Peoria Manual tournament.
Now, we do have any injury updates for the Moline girls at all that you're aware of? Anybody on?
Not that I know, except before the Peoria Manual tournament, some of them were sick, but they appear healthy out there watching them practice.
I do know that Sarah Pacheco for the Silver Streaks is a little bit nicked up, and so we'll have to keep an eye on her, along with Ashley Shepard also had like a hip injury, so we'll keep an eye on both of those two starters for the Galesburg Silver Streaks. But I think this is going to be a good one, probably one of the key matchups of the year.
I do too.
And with that, we'll be back with tonight's starters just after this.
Western Big Six basketball. Tonight's contest features Maroons of Moline High School against our own Galesburg Silver Streaks. Then the introduction of tonight's starting lineup. Raising the flag tonight is Kyle Moulton. Kyle is the son of John and Candy Moulton. He has earned varsity letters in football, boys track. He's a member of the Tech Club, the Art Club, G Club, FCA, and Stage Ball. Kyle plans to go to college with the desire to become a professional pilot. Kyle Moulton. Sarah Pacheco. Number 50, Ashley Shepard. Galesburg coach number 7, Nancy. Assisted by Steve Peachy, Michael Rux, and Sarah Wood.
Well, as we get set for a tip-off here, Jim, this is an electric atmosphere at Galesburg. This is just something else. The Silver Streaks, they really pack them in here.
This is fun. I wish that a lot of fans could see the Galesburg Auditorium right now, this court and the gym, and see all the excitement here.
The band playing, it sounds like the theme song to Jaws as we get set to go here for the tip-off. Tonight's tip-off against these two highly rated teams in Illinois, and this is going to be a good one. Can't wait to see what happens. They come out on the court. Love that band as we get set to go here. Let's see what happens. And it's going to come to Moline to Alexis Johnson, and she'll bring it into the front court, sits it down to Heidi Hallstrom, inside to her sister Holly, and Holly just misses it off the back.
Well, nice easy little layup, but she'll get that.
And the Silver Streaks quickly down, and it's Ashley Shepard with the first 2 points of the game. And they're going to be a big matchup there with her and Holly, it looks like, here this evening.
Yeah, Ashley Shepard will get most of her points inside like that.
Heidi being really tied up, but does get the ball away. Gets it out to Monica B. And she'll get it back over to Alexis Johnson, tries to get it inside, and that's tipped away. And it'll be side out, will remain in the Lady Maroon side. Well, they're pretty aggressive on defense from what I can see so far.
Yeah, they're going to go after each other pretty good right now. I know the Maroons are fired up about this game. They beat them 3 times last year, and we had a shot at them in the sectional, so we'll see what happens tonight.
Well, Heidi almost dribbled it off her foot, but goes inside deep into the paint, gets her own rebound up and in, so we're all tied up at 2.
It's good move by Heidi. Heidi needs to do that. Take it, stop, pop the jump shot, and that's what she does the best.
But driving down the lane, Shannon Williams with a beautiful drive, and oh boy, she's pretty quick. And now they put a press on here, Jim, and that's something that you don't see a lot of girls teams doing, but I think it can be very effective, although it's going to be broken rather easily by Alexis Johnson. She can get all the way down, but it's blocked by 32 Sarah Pacheco. But it gets back, big long 3 try, but no good by Jennifer Franciscan. Yep.
That's Jennifer's shot.
And another miss by Heidi Hallstrom, so a little cold here in the early going of the first quarter.
Yeah, but they're going. They're running. Both teams are running. This is Galesburg game. Run and go.
Well, Rachel Bicycle had the ball for a moment. Back out to Shannon Williams. And she's her point guard. Takes about a 15-footer and in and out. Rebounded there, however, by Ashley Shepard. She puts it up. And in and out, but she'll go to the line shooting 2.
I got to be careful here now, Jim. I was critiqued last time we did this, you know. So I was told I was doing too much talking. But
no, by all means, do much more.
I'm getting into the game here. Ashley's going for 2.
First one's up, and it's in. This young girl is one to really watch. I've just in a short time that I've watched her already, she really looks good out there. Well in control. Got a good, nice touch on the ball.
Yep, those are nice free throws, good rotation. She takes to the ball the hole well, and she jumps extremely well, and that's tough to defense against.
Absolutely. And she's 5'10" senior, Ashley Shepard, and we got a turnover by the Lady Maroons, and so to go back to the Silver Streaks.
Yeah, the first thing you have to do is make sure when you get the ball in, get the ball first before you move, and then you can go.
Well, a little nerves here, too, because this is such a big game between these two teams, and I'm sure it's a rival, and it's a turnover there. It goes right out to Alexis Johnson, and she'll take it down court, drive to the paint, take about a 10-footer. It's no good. Rebounded there by Shepard once again. So Shepard making her presence known, and a good steal. Oh boy, by Alexis Johnson, but she couldn't quite get it in with the left-hander. And down court quickly comes the Silver Streaks. Another shot being put up, but no good. And getting the rebound is Sarah Pacheco, puts it up and in.
Yep, that was unlucky there for the Maroons. They had the rebound, but Heidi fell down, and another one.
Another steal, so I'm telling you, they're looking pretty good here, the Silver Streaks, and that's why they got all these banners up in the gym, because they're going to state quite often, it looks like.
Yeah, if you look at the program tonight, they definitely like to show what they've done, and they should. They've done a remarkable job in the last, let's say, 6 or 7 years. Evan Massey's really done a nice job with this program down here.
Well, he certainly has. Ashley Shepard taking a breather, and Tracy Larson coming in, a 5'9" junior, to replace her. And I don't know if any of the Moline girls switched around. If they did, Jim, you can take control of that and tell the folks what girls may have come in.
Nicole Etheridge came in at guard, and Alexa Lingris came in down low. Holly Hallstrom went out, and Jennifer Franciscan.
And looks like another turnover. So right now I think they just got to settle down a little bit, that being the Lady Maroons, as they're down here 8-2 with 4:55 left in the first quarter. As once again Shannon Williams brings it down, tries to get it outside, brings it back out to Sarah Pacheco. She shoots it up, but no good. Rebounded there by Heidi Hallstrom. And she gives it off to Alexis Johnson, and she'll swing it out to Monica B. Back out to Johnson as she works the point. Looking for Heidi and doesn't see much there. She gives it back over to Monica B. And, well, she tried to get it inside, it looked like, to Alexa Lingris, but overshot her. And, well, gets got a hand on it, so it'll still remain in the Lady Maroon set. Well, no, there's changing it.
Yeah, we have Jill Steffens coming in for Alexis Johnson. One of the things they have to do on that pass in, when you throw that pass in, you have to make sure that you've got a girl open for that. When there's 2 or 3 on them, it's a tough pass. Yeah, it is. There's a shot up by Annie Parker, and that's no good, but another foul is called, looks like underneath. Must be on Galesburg. Yeah, it's on Galesburg. I didn't see who fouled, though. I think he said Tracy Larson. Tracy Larson, the 5'9" junior, with her first foul. Now they're making some subs for Galesburg, too, so. Amanda Gunther comes into the game, number 24. And quickly down court, up and in. Nice shot there by Nicole Etheridge. Nicole Etheridge, yep. That's what Nicole does good. But just as quickly down court comes their point guard, Shannon Williams, and she's going to be fouled. It looks like by Monica B. Picks up her first foul. Alexa Lingris fouled. Actually, if you looked at it, if she had one more, we got a good vantage point up here on that one, and it could have went both ways. Well, Shannon Williams trying for her 2 first free ones, and wow, nice form on that shot. That she's a spark plug. I don't think you're going to find an Evan Massey team that isn't fundamentally sound. Makes both. She shoots them a whole lot better than I ever did. I could get 1 out of 100 sometimes. Oh, a nice block there. Well, they're aggressive on defense, and back down comes Shannon Williams, but she's fouled, and she'll go to the line shooting 2 again. And it looks like Jill Steffens might have picked up that foul. Yeah, that's the case of going down the court, and it's a nice pass, what you want to do, but you got to make sure you get that pass over the taller girls. And the Lady Maroons take another timeout. We'll take our first timeout as well. Hope you're enjoying this one. It's getting good. Be back in a moment. And we're back as we get set to go again. The score right now in favor of the Silver Streaks, 10-4 over the Lady Maroons, with 3:51 left in the first quarter. It's been a pretty defensive struggle for both teams, but Silver Streaks leading it just by those 6. As Shannon Williams gets another one, she has 3 free throws so far. Yeah, they've been on the line a lot so far. We've got 3 fouls, and 3 of the fouls that we have, they're all shooting fouls. She misses the second one, the bonus, and almost threw it away there as Heidi in big trouble, goes to inside of the paint, tries to get it over to Nicole Etheridge, but Nicole probably wasn't ready for it. No. And another turnover by the Maroons. Actually, you know, it was a good pass. Heidi, what she has to do is come in, you get a break open like that in the middle lane, shoot the ball. Mm-hmm. Well, I think she likes to assist there a little bit, and maybe just one too many passes is sometimes you get that passing in you and you just forget to shoot it sometimes. And that wasn't probably the best shot by Shannon Williams there. She kind of just floated it up there with not much chance of making that one. And quickly down court come the Maroons, and up goes a shot by Alexa Lingris, but it's no good.
And we got another foul, so it's been a lot of fouls called.
And if you see that, what Alexa did, she did exactly what she needs to do. The ball came down to her. Her girl was on her one fake. She drives in, takes up the foul. It's a good move by Alexa.
Absolutely. Well, first shot up and in. Nice to the left-hander. And that always throws, I don't care if it's girls or boys, when you got a lefty in there that is so different, you're not used to that move they make always seems to be a power move in high school, even in college it is, because you're just not used to having a left-hander in there.
Well, she did exactly what she needed to do there with the left hand, made both of them. Two more girls came in. Holly came back in, and Jennifer Francesca and Heidi and Monica went out.
Well, now the Silver Streaks bring it down court, and Baisigo inside, couldn't see anything there. It comes out to Williams. Williams inside the big number 50, Ashley Shepard, and she's fouled. 5'10" senior, and she's one of the good ones.
See, if you watch what the kids are doing, most of their shots at Galesburg, everybody's going inside. This is sometimes when you have to think of a zone. And maybe not right now, but you got to look at it to keep them the inside game and make Galesburg honest.
Mm-hmm. Well, she misses the first one of two. That being Ashley Shepard. And the second one is good, extending their lead to 12-6 at the 2:57 of the first quarter. I think they're still feeling themselves out. I think the Lady Maroons were a little bit excited getting down here with this big crowd that they have, and almost a steal there. They go down in a big scrum, and it's going to be called a jump ball. It goes over to the Silver Streaks with the arrow pointing to them.
Yeah, I do see a little bit of tentativeness in Moline. You got to take it at them. You can't be scared. You got to go right at them.
Because the Silver Streaks are certainly an aggressive team on defense and offense. I mean, they pass very quickly. They got real good movement. Nobody seems to stand around at all. And when they shoot, and there was a shot there by Williams. In and out, recovered, brought down by the Maroons. Nice pass up in there to Franciscan, but she gives it back out to Lingris. Lingris back, comes over to Jill Steffens. And she moves it inside to Holly Hallstrom. Out. Well, and she's going to be fouled there by Sarah Pacheco.
And if you see that last transition came down, Steve must have been reading my mind, or maybe he heard me, but they came down in the zone.
Mm-hmm.
They had to take the outside shot they missed, and we got the rebound. So maybe that will turn a little tide here. I know Steve likes man-to-man. He'll probably go back to that, but it's a good move.
Well, I think it does slow him down a little bit of zone, and so they were going to try to get it inside again, and inside comes Nicole Etheridge, but she's blocked there by Sarah Pacheco. And nice in and out by Baisigo. Baisigo's ball goes in and out, so back and forth we go. Jill Steffens now slows it down a little bit. She gets it over to Franciscan and Jennifer. Jennifer over to Nicole Etheridge. Etheridge back to Lingris. Lingris inside to Jill Steffens, but she's too small to go in there with the land of the Giants, so she gets it back out again to Lingris as she looks for an opening, and she finds Steffens but sees nothing, and that'll go to Holly Hallstrom, and it's in and out, but rebounded there nicely by Francescan.
Jennifer did a nice job. Oh, she traveled. That was
2
traveling.
points there. There was traveling, but she got away with it. Ashley Shepard with another 2. So 7 points for Ashley Shepard here in the first quarter at the 1:04 mark. And another steal by Sarah Pacheco. Just not high enough. That was
right.
Too well.
You got to get that pass up there.
Williams drives inside, a little scoop pass up and in. And scoop shot and up and in. Boy, I tell you, she's active and very, very quick.
Well, you got, Heidi and Monty sitting on the bench right now, and they've got to be in this ball game. They've got to be in here.
Yeah, I think sitting out now might be a disaster for them. And although Jill Steffens is doing a good job in there, along with a couple of the other girls, are just not quite the starters. You have to have your starters in here with a team that's this formidable. Well, they working around looking for a 3-point shot. No, sir. But it's rebounded by the Lady Maroons, and in goes Lingris with her first 2 points of the game. With 11 seconds left in the first quarter, Williams brings it down. and she is the spark plug. She hands it off to Shepard. Shepard back out to number 32, Sarah Pacheco, with a three-pointer, I think it was, and that'll do it the first quarter. 19-10 in favor of the Silver Streaks, and the Lady Maroons got their hands full. We'll find out after we take a short break and be back with the start of the second quarter. Well, as we get set to go for the start of the second quarter, with the Silver Streaks leading at 19-10 over the Lady Maroons, and we were discussing during the break there, Jim, that just got to stay a little bit more aggressive, play more team play. The Lady Maroons haven't really been doing that, been more one-on-one, it looks like. Got to get that teamwork going a little bit. As we got a shot inside, no good, put up there by Monica B., but she was fouled on the way up.
Monica, see, that's the thing. We got a great vantage point, and if you watch that, it's a tough pass because you got a girl in front and a girl in back.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to jump straight up to get that ball.
Exactly. Amanda Gunther with her first foul, number 24. She comes into the game. Another shot by Monica B. In and out. We just can't get them to fall here, it looks like. So far, but that can all change. Big Mo can change in a hurry as once again inside, she's strong. Ashley Shepard with another two, and she'll bring up another foul and go to the line.
Well, it's kind of like the sophomore game. The Galesburg sophomores won 57-55 in the last couple seconds of the game, and it was an exciting game to watch, and they took it inside, and that's what Ashley did there. That's what she does best. She really does a good job of it. As a free throw is in and out, but well, I didn't exactly see what happened there. Well, Holly, I got to be careful here. It's my daughter, but she should have boxed out better, and the ball came off her hand, and she's got to grab that ball.
Okay, I thought maybe it was slapped away from her.
No.
I was looking kind of, our vantage point here, folks, is a little bit different than most gymnasiums. Well, nice steal there by Monica B. Is she going to slam a jam it? No, she'll just lay it up and in.
I thought the way she was taking that ball down, I thought we might have seen our first high school dunk.
Wouldn't that have been a great
traveling.
thing? I'd have gone absolutely wild. Well, there was a nice drive in there by Sarah Pacheco, and she's one of their stars, and she was hurt, but looks like she's A-okay so far here. And tried to go inside of Monica B., and she's up and in, so four quick ones for Monica.
That was all right, but that was lucky. Again, here comes the Galesburg girl from the other side.
As they work it inside again, the number 50, but she'll give it out to Pacheco. Pacheco drives in, and looks like she might have walked.
She was called for offensive foul. If it wasn't an offensive foul, it was probably 10 seconds in the lane, so take your pick.
So it was a foul, charging foul on Sarah Pacheco. And so it goes back over to the Lady Maroons, and this is where they need to get some points, and they're down now 23-14 at 6:53 mark of the second period.
Yeah, Heidi needs to get in the flow of this offense with Monty.
They look
tough pass, Jim. See?
Yep.
that's, you know, I look back and I look at Iowa. A lot of people are Illinois fans, but a bounce pass is a heck of a pass. If you can bounce pass it, get it in there. Just make sure it bounces up into the girl's hands.
Well, that one was kicked out of bounds, so it'll still remain at Lady Maroons as Alexis Johnson tries to get it in. She'll take it all the way out back to the point with Jennifer Franciscan. And Jennifer tries to work it around a little bit, looking for somebody that's open. Doesn't see anybody. Now in trouble. Gets it out to Johnson. Johnson slows it down a little bit. Brings it out to the point. Calls a play. And they're kind of standing around a little bit, too, I'm noticing, too. They're not moving that good movement that I saw them at the tournament at the Moline, at the Wharton
Thanksgiving tournament.
Right. And they just move so much better than they are here right now. And, well, I think they're just still a little bit nervous, maybe just a little bit flat right now, and they'll pick it up.
Yeah, I think Moline's okay. I mean, there's a three-pointer. It's a rebound by Holly, but they came out a little aggressive, too aggressive, tried to do some things that they don't normally do, and if they would have slowed it down, it'd been okay.
And we got a timeout call by the Lady Maroons, and we'll take another quick break. And we're back with 5:58 left in the first half. Well, a lot of adjustments I think will have to be made during the halftime. We're looking ahead of ourselves a little bit here, but I'm sure Coach Ford is going to try to fire them up just a tad bit more than they have been, as they're almost having trouble getting over that center line, but Johnson breaks it. And she might have dragged a foot, but I don't think so. I think she kept her toe down there, Jim. So everybody always says anytime you go up on your toe that you've walked, but you really never have.
Right.
And we got something going on here. It looks like a foul on
Annie Parkins.
Annie Parker. Well, just...
Whoa. What'd they do? Call it? Oh, no.
Well...
Am I supposed to be colored, Jim? Because I could say some colorful things right now.
Well, I think that was what you would call a home court advantage foul.
Yes.
My goodness. That I didn't see at all to get inside, and that probably was a foul there by Heidi. And she got all over the back of Tracy Larson, and Tracy Larson will go to the line for the first time.
Well, we can't argue too much about the fouls. It's 7-5, so they've just had a lot more shooting fouls going into the basket where we fouled them.
Right. And the first one hits off the back of the rim and goes out. 23-14 in favor of the Silver Streaks here at Galesburg Gymnasium.
And like I say, Sarah is playing a nice game as Ashley Shepard. They're the two leading scorers right now.
And very impressive. Really impressed with the Silver Streaks. They're very well coached. Very aggressive play by the girls, and great fundamentals as they try to tie up inside, and he's going to call a foul. Looks like it's going to be called on Rachel Biesiegel.
One more and we go to the 1-on-1. So that's a good move by Heidi. As soon as she gets where she feels comfortable, then she's got to take that turnaround.
And Johnson gets it in to Holly, and Holly goes out to Francisco over to Johnson. Johnson tries to get it inside to Heidi. Heidi drives in, shoots, and no good. Rebounded there by Sarah Pacheco. And she'll bring it all the way down, gives it off to Biesiegel. Biesiegel inside to Pacheco, and Pacheco up and in. So, boy, they're a lethal combination, them two.
That could have been another offensive foul on Sarah if they wanted to call that one. Again, I'm not trying to be biased, but you look at it, Holly just stood still and she ran right into her.
I think the officials in high school are afraid to call that shot, and I think they have to call more of it, because if you're going to take the effort to stop and go through the fundamental of trying to get that charging call, then they should be calling it, and they don't seem to ever do that. And they haven't done that for years, so I mean, It's nothing new here now.
There's what Holly has to do right there. Get the ball in low, take the turnaround, or make a move. That's her game.
Well, they bring it back down to within 9 points, 25-16 in favor of the Silver Streaks as they work it around. Biesiegel with the ball right now, and almost stolen there by Francesca, and didn't quite get it. And there's another, well, a whistle blows, and another timeout looks like being called. And we'll take a timeout as well. The score 25-16 in favor of the Silver Streaks. We'll be back.
Across 3 hours and IDs required. And sponsored by Marcy basketball team.
Well, we're back again, I should say, with 4:04 left in the first half. And it's been all Silver Streaks. They've been very calmly putting the points up. Very good defense. Real quick offense led by Shannon Williams, the point guard, at least in my opinion. I think she's the spark plug for this team. And she gets it down low to Sarah Pacheco or Ashley Shepard. And look out, as Shepard has the ball, she'll swing it back out to Parker. Parker gives it off to Shannon Williams, and Shannon Williams with another 2 points.
Yeah, the thing about Galesburg, they're coming out so aggressive right now. You got to remember they came with 2 losses at their tournament, so they're going to be tough.
Big 3-point try by Johnson. It's no good. And nice try to save with Shepard, but couldn't get back down to the Lady Maroons as B tries it inside, and she'll be fouled.
I think Ashley might have fouled her.
By Ashley Shepard.
Yeah, I don't think we've hit anything outside yet from the Moline side. And there's that zone. We went to a zone, and nobody was guarding her, and she got a free shot, and she makes it.
Well, I also saw in that tournament that we were at a lot of big 3-pointers being hit, and they haven't taken any. And I don't know if it's just the guard play by the Silver Streaks, but it just seems like they took a lot more threes and they were hitting them in that tournament as well. So we'll see. They'll get calmed down. Got a long way to go before this game is over. They're only down by 9 points. That can all change in a heartbeat as Monica B goes to the line. Her first shot up, and it's in.
A nice rotation on Monica. We need to stay close. We need to keep it close going into halftime.
I should have said that we were 11 points down. Now we're 10. As Monica gets set for her second shot, and that's a little short. Rebounded there by Alexis Shepard. Ashley Shepard, I should say. And the Silver Streaks bring it down court with Shannon Williams. Once again, gives it over to Bicygo. Bicygo gives it cross court to and she'll take a shot from about 10 feet. No good by Williams. Brought down there by Holly Hallstrom, and she gives it off to Alexis Johnson. And Alexis Johnson will try to work it around, gives it off to Holly. Holly works it inside. Nice high shot off the backboard, but no good. Rebounded there by Ashley Shepard. And the spark plug once again, Shannon Williams comes down, stops, pops from about 10 feet, and that's her shot right there.
They run all the way down the court. She stopped and she popped, and that's what they're doing what we need to do, and we're not doing it. Holly had a nice move, but she's got to learn to take the ball, be under control with that shot.
And Alexis Johnson will try a shot, didn't get it. Brought down by Holly. Holly gives it back over to Jennifer Franciscan, and she gives it back out to Alexis Johnson as she works it around. She should be probably a little bit more passing might help, and Holly tries a shot from about 8 foot, but wasn't squared up, it didn't look like,
right.
And the ball went off to the right side. And there was a walk there by Shannon Williams, but she got away with it. Nice rebound there by Holly Hallstrom.
You know, Jim, I don't know if you can hold on to this wood any harder than I'm holding on to it. I see things that I want to say and about ready to break this board.
Well, that's the tough part, folks. I tell you what, here's a father of 2 of the big stars for the Lady Maroons, and he's up here trying to call a game, and he's seen all these things. So I tell you, my heart goes out to you because it must be really tough for you to be able to make calls at all during a really tough game, which has been so far here this evening. As we got a steal by Alexis Johnson, and oh gee, she walked. Actually, there was a walk there, or double dribble. Actually, it could have been. And now she settles down, gives it back to Monica B, and then back out to Alexis as she works around to the point, and she gets trapped over there, and that can hurt her. Holly now with the ball out high. She gives it over to Jennifer. Jennifer to Monica. We're calling first names here right now just to
That's right.
change of pace a little bit. And Holly will try the shot too. Nice shot from about 12 feet up and in.
That might get Holly going. That might get what she needs to do right now.
Well, lo and behold, it's 29-21 all of a sudden.
That's right.
And so they're cutting it down. We got 49 seconds left here in the first half. As Shannon Williams looks like she wants to hold it for the last shot of the first half. And, well, we'll just kind of see. No pressure right now. And as there's no pressure, she's not going to commit at all either. 33 seconds, as I'm sure she's watching the board up here. Beautiful scoreboards that they have here at the Galesburg Gymnasium. High School, and coming down to 22 points. Top scorer so far in the first half, Ashley Shepard with 9 points, along with Sarah Pacheco also with 9. As we get down to 13 seconds, top point getter, and you start to work it inside, back out to Williams. Williams gets it down to the point, but back out there, she'll take a three-point try at the buzzer, in and out, no good. 2 seconds left. It's going to have to be a big shot. If it goes in, it'll count. Oh, could have been a good one.
Now that would have been something if that would have went in.
That would have been incredible. That'll do it for the first half. The score right now, the Galesburg Silver Streaks 29, the Lady Maroons 21. We'll be back after this. Well, as we get set to go for the second half, Jim Sainsbury along with Jim Hallstrom. And Jim, your thoughts on the first half?
Well, I think Moline came out very nervous. Galesburg comes out exactly like they're supposed to come out in their home court, very aggressive, running the ball, running up and down the court. We made hopefully come out and play a little bit better team ball and see what happens.
Well, the ball out goes to the Silver Streaks as Shannon Williams holds on to the ball, and she says, well, if nobody's going to come out and get me, I'm just going to stand out here.
And Evans, I think that's right. They're going to go man to man. He'll stand there because he's up. He can do that.
Absolutely. Oh, was that man to man or girl to girl? I never have figured that out.
Be politically correct, girl to girl defense.
Well, Shepard has the ball. She gives it over to Pacheco. Pacheco with a shot. It's short. And it'll come down to Heidi Hallstrom. She brings it up court. And they look like they got fire in their eyes. And Heidi brings it all the way down, up and in. Well,
that's a good start.
Absolutely. Quickly down court again is Williams. And she gives it out to Bicycle. Bicycle inside of Pacheco. Pacheco misses it. Rebounds her own ball. But I think we got a foul inside. And she did travel.
She may have got a foul inside, but she traveled, and they got to call it. I mean, I can see it 300 feet away. I got to be careful talking about refs, don't I, Jim? I never got mad at a referee when I played.
bet you never did.
I never yelled, never said anything.
I was always too short to play, so I only played intramural, but I got mad at those refs as well. So, well, ball side out, it goes, try to get inside, and who are you going to give it to? Well, they're going to give it to the Silver Streaks. It looked like Monica B got her hand out and knocked it out of bounds. So Williams will try to again to get it inside or get it out or check that. It's by Siegel trying to get the ball in. And she'll give them all the way out to Pacheco. Pacheco with the ball, hounded there by Alexis Johnson. As Williams drives inside with a quick score. And boy, I tell you, got to get on her hard. You can't allow her to get that first step.
Well, what that is, it's a pick. You got to call the pick. The person that's getting picked has to hear it, and the person that, like Holly's, got to come out and get inside of her and keep her from going around like that.
Well, Holly with a shot there, in and out, and down comes the Silver Streaks as they work it around again. As Pacheco tries to go inside of the paint, gives it all to, well, Shannon Williams. She missed that shot. And down comes Lady Maroons. Well, Jennifer Franciscan tried to bounce pass it over to Monica B. Probably wasn't the best decision.
Well, there Jennifer made a nice steal. She's a good left-handed. She should have drove that all the way into the hole. The only time you have to pass forward like that if the girl's in front of you. If she's in front of you, give it to her. If she's not, take it to the hole, draw the foul.
I think those are the points that, Jim, you can probably help out the best with here. Oh, beautiful three-pointer by Pacheco. Wow, from the corner. And all of a sudden, they got an 11-point lead again.
Yep, Sarah can shoot.
As Alexis probably dribbled, I thought, a little bit too much in the first half, in my opinion. Now, I don't know the teams as well as you do, but it seemed to me like everybody wants to dribble the ball too much and pass around, get it inside, and let the Hallstrom girls do what they do best, and that's shoot it from the inside.
Well, I don't know if it's the Hallstrom girls have to do it. I mean, it's a team thing, and there's other girls that have to take and shoot the ball. It's good defense by Holly. That's all you can do. That's what you're supposed to do.
Beautiful shot by Ashley Shepard. Yep. Along with Monica B, I'd be remiss without forgetting about her because she's certainly good inside. Holly takes a shot from about 8 feet, up and in.
That was weird. I don't know if that was a shot or if Holly's looking to pass. There's a throwaway by Galesburg.
Well, she just wanted to give it to the coach to see if he liked the ball or not. It'll come out to the Lady Maroons. And Jennifer Franciscan's getting a lot of playing time here tonight.
Jennifer is an excellent shooter, and she's going to develop into a better ball player. She needs to handle the ball more, and she needs to shoot more, get more confidence.
And she is a junior. As she works around again, that left-handed shot. I think she should shoot more because she is left-handed. And taken away there, Holly probably won too many dribbles. And she goes inside, tries to get the ball. They're really scrumming around. Pacheco comes up with the ball. And that was some good battling inside. And you know what? Some great no calls there because they're going to call the foul, I think, on 3 or 4 different players, and they didn't. Well, just let them play.
You're in Galesburg. Sarah could have got called for an offensive foul.
Beautiful block there by Hailey Hallstrom. Hailey Hallstrom as she blocks Shepard's shot. And down comes Alexis Johnson with the ball. She gives it over to Heidi. Heidi with about a 15-footer in. And, well, you know, they had an 11-point lead. All of a sudden now it's only 7. And we got a timeout called now by the Galesburg coach, and that's Evan Massey. And we'll keep it here as I think they're starting to do some positive things here at the start of this second half, Jim. Working inside a little bit better, taking some good shots now instead of just throwing the ball up like they were in the first half.
Well, I think one of the things that I saw there in that last sequence when Heidi and Holly and Monty were around Sarah, Sarah was frustrated. She threw some elbows, and if that doesn't make the girls mad, nothing else will. You've got to, if they're going to play that aggressive, you got to give it right back to them.
Exactly, I agree with you 100%. As we get set to go, 36-29 in favor of the Silver Streaks at 4:15 left in the third period. And this has been a rough and tumble one. If we're not catching it all on camera, hopefully we have been, because I tell you, they've been banging and banging inside there as Shannon Williams with the ball right now, being covered by Alexis Johnson. She goes to the inside, a tough 12-footer. It's going to be no good. Down comes with the ball with Jennifer Franciscan. And here comes Alexa Johnson with a fast break. If she get it inside to Holly, Holly up, and no good. And rebounded there by Annie Parker.
One of the things that I try to tell all the kids, when you're coming down on a fast break, Alexis did what she should. You have to get to the right side or left side of the basket. If you don't, you're shooting over the front of the rim. That's what Holly did, and that's a tough shot to make.
Well, they got the ball right back, so no harm, no foul. She gets it inside to Holly. Holly with a nice, easy one, up and in. And 5-point lead now. So that 11-point lead that they had at the start of the second half is quickly evaporating as the Lady Maroons are really starting to work it. Well, the spark plug now, you got to watch out for her. Pacheco up at the point, tries a three-pointer, and she's good. Boy, oh boy, can't leave her alone no matter where she is on the floor.
No, it's like anything else. When somebody hits a three-pointer, you've got to find her, stay on her. Once you shoot 2 3-pointers or 1, you got to get on them.
Absolutely. Inside goes Heidi, and no good there. Rebounded by Heidi. She'll put it up again, and no good. Brought down by Pacheco, she'll pick it up court. Quickly down court, and it's going to be an easy 2 for by Siegel. Well, she snuck away and nobody picked her up, and that was an easy 2. As a 3-point try by Alexis Johnson, no good. Heidi Hallstrom with the ball. She gives it around to Francisca, and Francisca over to Heidi again. Heidi looks inside, tries to get to her sister. That's young sister, Holly. Can't quite get her. Back over now to Alexis Johnson. Johnson over to Holly. Hallstrom. Back out to Johnson. Franciscan to Johnson. Back out to Franciscan. Over to Heidi Hallstrom. Inside to Holly Hallstrom. Blocked by Pacheco, but I think she got a lot of wrist and not all ball, but we will call it. But it's rebounded again by Lady Maroon. Down to Heidi Hallstrom again. It's up and in. A tough 2 points there.
Well, I didn't know you could get away with so much down here.
Oh, it's a crap.
That's
there was a walk. But a nice steal by Alexis Johnson as she brings it down all the way. If she goes up left-handed, good. That was a beautiful steal and run and shoot by Alexis Johnson. And we've got ourselves a 6-point deficit here with 1:58 left to go in the third period.
Girls are playing real good now. This is the kind of run they got to make. Now what they've got to do is get a little closer before the fourth quarter. He's going to make some substitutes now. We'll see what happens.
We'll take a break. We'll be right back after this. It's getting good. Well, as we get set to go once again, Jim.
Well, we made some subs. Holly's out and Monica B's out, so we gotta keep them right here. Jill Stephens is in at guard, and sophomore Emily Clausen's in.
Emily Clausen with her first appearance. I think that I've seen her so far this year as Shannon Williams with a shot, no good. Brought down there by Heidi Hallstrom. She gives it over to Lingris. Lingris over to Francisca, no good from the 3-point land. Well,
got a foul on Jill Stephens going after the basketball, though. It's all right. She was going after it. That's a good look on a 3-pointer by Jennifer. She can't get discouraged. That's her shot. That's what she's got to do.
Just got to keep putting them up there. If you're a shooter, you always got to just keep putting them up. Those sooner or later start to fall. As Williams, their spark plug, works it around. She gives it over to Parker. Parker over to Biesiegel. Biesiegel back to Parker. Or check that to Williams. Williams with about an 8-footer in, and she's fouled. She'll go to the line. Fouled by Emily Clausen, I think.
Well, you might have a mismatch here, too. I don't know who's taking number 4, but she is their shooter. She drives and she pops. You've got to have somebody that's her size or bigger on her.
It's also tough, too, Jim, because she's so quick.
Very quick.
She's one of those point guards that you just don't come across very often. She's a complete player, and a lot of the colleges probably got their eye on her as a point guard. So she makes it the top end of that, and they're up by 9 points once again. Got it down to 6 points with 1:08 left in the third. They're going to have to start really charging here because time is going to run out. As Emily Clausen had a shot, didn't take it. It'll take him by Francesca. No good, but up and in.
Nicole Etheridge.
By Nicole Etheridge. Nice shot there. Bringing a deficit 44-37 in favor of the Silver Streaks as they're quickly down court, and that's one of their they really get it down court in a hurry as Williams works it around. Back out to, well, check that to Tracy Larson. And Williams, well, I think a little play acting there. No harm, no foul.
Well, Jill Stephens did a nice job there. Got right in her face. Wasn't going to let her go anywhere, and that's what you need to do. And she just carried the ball.
And here she comes inside again. That's kind of her move. She missed it that time. Rebounded there by Alexis Lingris. And she quickly down court to Emily Clausen. A little bit afraid to take that shot. I think she should. And that was a hack job there, and it wasn't called. I can't believe that one. As Etheridge was really hammered there and no call. 3-point try, no good at the buzzer. So after 3, it's Silver Streaks 44, the Lady Maroons 37.
We have not gone to the line yet on a shooting foul, and that, again, I'm grabbing this board, trying to be nice, but we should be at the line, and we haven't gone to the line. We've taken a lot of shots, and we haven't got the foul.
And we'll be back after this for the start of the fourth quarter. as we get set to go once again, 5 offensive rebounds for the Silver Streaks to the Lady Maroons, none in that period, I overheard. So whether that was accurate or not, but that kind of bodes bad for the Lady Maroons. And this is the final quarter. They got to really pick it up here. They're down by 7 points.
Yeah, you just got to remember, when you're going to come into somebody else's gym, you're not going to get the calls. Now,
Jill Steffens tried to get it inside, thought better of it, gets it back out to Jennifer Franciscan, and she gets it inside to, well, again, Clausen just too afraid to take the shot. She got to take the shot.
Well, Emily usually does. I think that she just, she's looking, she will. Boom.
And boom, and why don't you take it every time? With a sweet shot like that, she certainly should. And that brings it back into a 5-point deficit now, as they're down by only 5 with 7:12 left in the fourth period. And a nice steal by Lingris as she brings it down, and she'll be hacked on the arm there by, it looks like, Ashley Shepard.
Now we get to go to the line, and I have to stand corrected. I know we did take some shots early in the first half, but not as many as I think the Streaks are taking.
Well, it looks like they got all the shooting fouls, and Lady Maroons got all the hand checks, etc. type fouls. So, well, they're still not going to go to the line, so I can't believe that one. So apparently she was fouled prior to the shot.
It appeared that she was when she was coming down on the drive. They called her for the foul prior to the going up in the hole.
Well, Jill Steffens with the ball, looking for somebody that's open, and she finds Heidi Hallstrom. Back out to Jill Steffens. She looks over to Franciscan. Franciscan works it inside to Lingris. Lingris with the shot, and no good.
That is a good shot. There, yep. Over the back on. See, that's nice to see. Jill boxed her out, and Jill kept her bottom on that girl, kept pushing her, so they're going to call it. And Alexa had a nice shot. That's good play for the Maroons.
Well, Jill Steffens 5'2", and Shannon Williams is 5'7", and that one's being called off. Can you tell what he said?
Yeah, Alexa Lingers came around, and they gave the foul to the girl that was on Alexa. I don't know who it was there.
Annie Parker with her second foul, team third foul. Ooh, maybe not the best pass in play. And here comes Pacheco. That should have been a charge, wasn't called. And here comes the Lady Maroons.
We lucked
out there with a wide open Holly,
yeah.
And then Gassier.
See what happened on that one play, the out-of-bounds play. It is tough to throw the ball in the middle on an out-of-bounds play. I think that they're supposed to might have come to the back for a shot, but the middle is clogged. And they stole it, but we got it back. Jill got it back.
Well, Jill tries to get it inside again. She gets to Heidi, and jump ball. It's going to go over to the Silver Streaks.
It's a good call. Heidi went up for the jump shot, and I think Sarah got it. So.
Oh, absolutely. That was all ball there. You can see that sometimes by just the way their arms and bodies react to a block shot, you can tell it's a pure block shot.
Right. See, the Maroons are playing a little bit better right now.
Yes, they are. Into Pacheco down low, but too far underneath, and it remained the Silver Streaks ball. 6:01 left in the fourth period. 44-39, favor of the Silver Streaks. Jim Sainsbury along with Jim Hallstrom. Hope you're enjoying this one. It's been a dandy.
Monica B's coming in now for Heidi.
Heidi taking a breather, and a well-deserved one as well. She's been just playing her heart out here in the second half. And they do need Monica B in there as she works hard with Pacheco. Pacheco a steal, and now let's see, they're going to call a slap on the wrist by Monica B.
You know what's interesting is Sarah went in there, and I'll give it to Galesburg. She got hammered. Monty comes out, barely touches her, and gets a call. So, but again, you know, I got to say this: you wouldn't pay me. There's not enough money in the world for me to coach in front or to referee in front of 1,000 people.
No way, never, ever, ever. They got a tough job because no matter what they do, it's always wrong by somebody's opinion or whatever. As Williams takes a shot from about 8 feet, gosh, I'm very impressed with her. Yep. She is definitely a very, very good basketball player. Inside to Holly, she's up, no good, but she's walked with the ball.
You know, that's the other thing we said earlier is both teams, when you're posting up like that, you got your arm, great, get the ball, stop and shoot it. You can't go with we can't go with the ball. Holly's going to kill me for saying that, but.
Well, Shannon Williams brings it down court. And she looks for one of her friends as they work it around. Nice 15-footer there by Annie Parker, but no good. Brought down by Lindgren. Lindgren and it's quickly down court and in and out by Franciscan. Stolen there by Jill Steffen, but now taken away by Shannon Williams. Shannon Williams back over to one of her friends, that being the 14 by Seco, and she's fouled. So fast and furious, I can't keep up with the names.
Well, we had an opportunity. That's a layup.
By Siegel will go to the lane, and a second foul by Franciscan. And so.
Yeah, they can't let Alexis in till they shoot here.
So let's see. Okay.
Jill Steffens, Alexis is coming in for Jill, but they can't come in until they shoot the first shot here.
Well, Rachel by Siegel, 5'7", senior, in and out on her first shot. Score remains 46-39 with 5:13 left here in the fourth period. And it's not over yet, but the Lady Maroons are going to really have to make a charge here. The second one goes down, and so they're up by 8. Quickly down comes Alexis Johnson over the timeline. She gives it off to Franciscan. Franciscan inside to Holly Hallstrom, back out. And they'll work it around inside to Monica B. She doesn't see anything, but nice pass there to Jennifer Franciscan, and she's up and in. 47-41 now, Silver Streaks with the lead. Pacheco out on that three-point land, and Monica B's got to stay on her because she can pop them from out there all day long, as now Shannon Williams being hounded a little bit by Alexis, and that could be a charge, but they're going to call a foul instead on one of the Lady Maroons.
It was on Jennifer. However, you go back, if you watch that on tape, she walked before she went with the ball.
They haven't been real good at picking up those walks. Normally they're really quick at that. And with 3 of them out there, normally they'll pick that up, no problem at all. But for some reason, they're letting them get away with it here tonight. Sarah Pacheco goes to line, 6-foot senior, and her first shot is up and in. 48-41, 7 points is their lead. And second one is good as well. Moving it back up to 8 points with 4:35 left in the final period as they try to work it inside, but Monica B didn't have a very good shot. Turns around, gives it out to Johnson. Johnson again going to that corner. That's not the place to be, and it's going to be picked off there by Pacheco, but Holly Hallstrom with a nice move. And let's see what happens here, what they're going to call it. Emily waved his arm back and forth. I'm not sure what that's called.
Who? I can't believe they call that on Alexis Johnson.
Oh boy. I don't know how you could call that a foul or anything. They were just moving around. You just got to let that one play out and let it go, because how else do you call it? Could have been calling over and back, and they didn't call that. So, well, some crazy calls have been made, but again, I wouldn't want to be in one of those black and white shirts.
No.
They actually called a foul on that, so Shannon Williams goes to the line.
Got to give credit to Galesburg. They're causing some problems. The girls are really moving fast. They're all over the place. They don't stop. They always, when somebody comes in, they're always moving.
And that's what I noticed, I think, and I said in the first half, is that they're constantly moving, and the Lady Maroons haven't been like I've seen them in the past. And well, maybe this atmosphere with all these people around, as we discussed before, this is quite the climate here, different for a lot of high school kids don't see, where you have 1,000 people watching you play in high school hoops. Inside of Holly Hallstrom, up and in, and she's fouled on the way in. And every point is precious now, as time is definitely on the Silver Streak side with 4:03 left here in the fourth period. 51-43. Holly Hallstrom on the free throw line, 6'1" junior.
Holly did a nice job there. She held the girl right where she needed to hold her and did her job.
And she completes the top end of the three-point play. And it's 51-44. 7-point lead for the Silver Streaks as they work it around. And I would imagine now they're going to try to look for the best shot they possibly can. And inside it goes to guess who? Well, she misses it though, Ashley Shepard. But back up and in is Pacheco. So I'll tell you what, if it isn't one, it's the other one. 53-44, and
I don't know how they can call it over and back when Williams hit the ball.
I can't either. That was, again, some of these calls are a little mysterious to me, and we're not being down on the official, but I've seen better. So that's all. I'll leave it at that.
Well, I just hope when they come to our place at home, we get the same kind of calls.
And Alexis Johnson with a kind of a push-in move. It looks like she did kind of move into her, so that's probably a pretty good foul there. Shannon Williams fouled. She'll go to the line, shooting 1-1. Shannon Williams, a 5'7" junior, and I think she's got a good career ahead of her at some. I think she's Division I as quick. And that as she is, she just really, really impressed me here this evening.
She has been, I mean, Ashley Shepard and Sarah Pacheco having good games, but this number 4 has really had a great game. She's doing really well.
Absolutely.
Takes the ball to the hole. She's aggressive on defense. She's got a nice shot.
Oh, it's beautiful. I mean, you can't have any better form than that. Score now 55-44, 11-point lead with 3:28 left. And if the Lady Maroons are going to do anything, they're going to have to do it right now. Over to Monica Beach. You try to get it inside to Holly Hallstrom, but it's poked away there. And up with it comes Pacheco. Once again, gives it off to her friend, Shannon Williams. And they are going to take some time off Pacheco with the ball. She gives it back over to Shepard. Shepard back out to Williams. And I'm not sure. I think a timeout was called. Apparently it was. We'll take a timeout as well. We'll be back for the conclusion of this game. Well, as we get set to go for the final 3:02 of this game between the Galesburg Silver Streaks and the Moline Lady Maroons. It's been all Silver Streaks. They've dominated the game right from the get-go. And unless the Maroons can really do something here, well, a foul call there. I guess you could have reached in on that one. And so somebody's going to go to the line, it looks like, as they are over into the bonus situation. And to the line is going to be Annie Parker, number 12, 5'7", sophomore.
Well, Moline's made their runs. It seems like they've made 3 or 4 runs, but they couldn't get it, you know, between 6, 7. So see if we can make another run.
And they certainly can. And I think the key when you make those runs, you got to get it underneath 5 or under. And that seems to make all the difference in the world. And the momentum really switches. But if it stays outside of 5 points, I don't think I've ever seen a team that can make that final run, get beyond that point. As both shots are up and good by Annie Parker. And they extend the lead to 57-44 with 3:01 left here in the final period. Alexis Johnson brings it down court. And she's picked up there by Shannon Williams. And that's been a good duel all evening long with Shannon Williams coming up on high and Pacheco with a steal.
Well, see, there's this case again, and I'll say it. When you're going to go inside, you got to make sure that there's nobody there.
Left wide all by herself is Shannon Williams. Gets the 2 points, and she's going to pick up the foul, as not getting into position in time was Alexa Lingris.
Well, I thought Moline might make the run, but it looks like Galesburg's making their run a little bit longer.
I think they want to add icing to the cake, as it were.
And who's on the line again, Jim?
Shannon Williams. And automatic. I mean, they might as well just put the points in when she goes to the line, because I don't think she's missed one. Well, Alexis Johnson.
And then Shannon Williams, I don't mean to interrupt, she's got 25 points in the game.
Unbelievable. And she's not supposed to be one of their big guns. I think she averages 7 points a game, so normally she doesn't shoot. But tonight she's found it all to herself. Also right in there, too, Sarah Pacheco with 19 points.
And I expected coming into this game, you know, Sarah Pacheco and Ashley to have their points, but I didn't know number 4 could do this.
She is incredible. Well, rebounded again by Annie Parker. And stolen there by Alexis Johnson. Nice steal up and in. Great play. She's still trying very hard, Alexis Johnson. 2:11 left, 60-46. As Shannon Williams would probably gets it off, and that's a walk there. It might be the only mistake she's made all evening long.
You can give her that one.
And then they're talking like, boy, that shouldn't have happened. So these girls are really fired up for this bat. They're very, very well coached. Love the game, you could just tell. And they played great as a team. Steal there by Pacheco. Could we have a slamma-jamma? No, she'll just lay it up and in. Still looking for that slamma-jamma by somebody. And that might do it right there. 62-46 with 1:47 left. And this one's pretty much in the bag. And we got a timeout by the Lady Maroons. We'll take another timeout as well. Be back with you for the end of this game between the Silver Streaks and the Lady Maroons. As we get set to go for the last 1:43 of this game.
It looks like Steve, well, he called a timeout, trying to get everybody in the game. Minute 41. And he took out all the starters.
And he started another timeout, so we'll take a timeout as well. Be back after this.
You can mention that.
As we get set to go again, and major substitutions for the Lady Maroons. But unfortunately, the Silver Streaks haven't taken out any of their starters, so kind of a mismatch here with 1:30 left. Give some playing time for the Lady Maroons. Jill Steffens in there. And a shot by, well, no good, by Nicole Etheridge. And who else is in there, Jim? We got
Lindsay Kukin, Nicole, Jill, and then Renee Minch is in there. 42, good shooter. And Emily Clausen, she's going to the line.
Emily Clausen, the left-hander, if I'm not mistaken.
That's her,
got
sophomore.
That good shot that she just didn't take a whole lot of. And first, just like, beautiful shot. Wish she would have taken more of those shots when she hesitated. A little bit too late here. The second one up is going to be a little bit short. Rebounded there. Nice rebound by Lindsay Kukin.
And she made it.
And she puts it up and in. So she's certainly not going to give up. 1:11 left to go. 62-49 now. As the Silver Streaks get it over the timeline, they're being double teamed, but gets it back over to Shannon Williams. Shannon Williams in between. Geez, she could do everything. That's one thing I've never been able to do, is dribble between my legs like that. She just does it so easy, like it's second nature. And she gives it off to Pacheco. The first stringers are still in there for the Silver Streak, and they're going to turn it over back over to the Lady Maroons as it goes off of the hands of Annie Parker.
Well, the Maroons going to have to reload, because they got a game tomorrow night down in Carthage against a good ball team too. So
the coach is going to have to come through here. I think Coach Ford is going to have to really talk to the girls and just tell them to get this one out of their heads, get ready for tomorrow night, and pick up the pace and go win a game.
And now Evan's going to start taking out his kids. There goes Sarah. She had a heck of a game. But here's the girl, number 4.
Oh, hey, you know what? We got 35 seconds left, but the player of the game for me from the Galesburg Silver Streaks, Shannon Williams, number 4.
25 points, unbelievable.
And we'll get the player of the game for the Lady Maroons here at the end of the game. Player of the games are sponsored by Internet Revealed, your Quad Cities internet provider, as we come down to 23 seconds left. And we got another turnover here, it looks like, going back over to the Lady Maroons. Well, now in the game, it looks like it's going to be Amanda Gunther, number 24, along with Melissa Pacheco. Hopefully I can get all the girls' names in. Allison Bachman, number 42. And I think I got maybe all, well, number 3 is Elizabeth Hausline as well in there. So I want to make sure they all get in there. And as Jill Steffen makes a shot up, not going to be any good. Rebounded there by Renee Minch. Give it over to Emily Clausen. No good. Come down to 2 seconds, 1, and that's going to do it. And the crowd goes kind of wild. Final score, 62-49. Our player of the game for the Lady Maroons, Jim, is?
Well, you picked Monica B, and I guess you'd have to give it to Monty. You know,
I think she was pretty steady throughout the whole game when she came in, and I think we'll give it to her. Well, I think the Lady Maroons are going to have to just forget about this game, get ready for tomorrow night's game, and these games can happen. You can be flat. I know you've been through some games where your teams have been flat, where you've played on, and it certainly happened to the girls here tonight, but hey, this doesn't take them out of the state contention by any means. Just means they had a bad game.
No, they've got to regroup. They've got to come back. They have a good ball team. They can't let this thing get down. And by the time you air this, we might have a couple more wins under our belt.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, coming out of Galesburg, 62-49, it's a lot better than coming out of here, 81-30.
Absolutely. Well, again, Jim, it's been a pleasure being here with you and having you with me here this evening. For Jim Hallstrom, I'm Jim the Legend Sainsbury. We'll see you again on Family Ties Productions Network. So long.